Most people think silence means God has forgotten them, but some of the greatest things in life are built in secret. A seed grows under the ground before anyone sees the tree. A baby develops in darkness before entering the world. Even gold must go through fire before it shines. So when your life feels quiet, when nobody is clapping for you, when your progress seems invisible, do not mistake silence for absence. Heaven does its deepest work where human eyes cannot see. Right now, you may feel overlooked. You may feel delayed. You may wonder why others are moving ahead while you are still fighting battles nobody knows about. But what if this season is not punishment? What if this season is preparation? Because destiny is never built in noise first. Character is built in private. Strength is built in struggle. Wisdom is built in waiting. Before elevation comes separation. Before impact comes isolation. Before the platform comes the process. You are asking for success, but God is building the person who can sustain it. You are praying for doors to open, while heaven is strengthening your mind, your discipline, your patience, and your spirit behind closed doors. And here is what many people do not understand. When God wants to make something powerful, He does not rush it. A weak foundation creates a weak future. That is why hidden seasons are necessary. The silence is not empty, it is construction. Every disappointment, every delay, every lonely night may actually be shaping the strength you will need for the life ahead of you. So do not quit because nothing is happening publicly. Some of the most important battles are being won internally. Your growth is happening quietly. Your preparation is happening quietly. Your transformation is happening quietly. And one day, what God has been building in secret will become visible to everyone. Your time is coming. Most people become discouraged when life grows quiet. They think silence means nothing is happening. They believe that if there are no visible results, no open doors, no recognition, and no immediate breakthroughs, then God must have forgotten them. But silence does not mean absence. In many cases, silence is the evidence that something deeper is taking place beneath the surface. The greatest creations in life are developed quietly before they are revealed publicly. A seed grows underground long before anyone sees the tree. The foundation of a building is completed before the structure rises high enough for the world to admire it. In the same way, God often works in hidden places before bringing a person into a visible season of purpose and influence. Many people want immediate success, but they are not prepared for the weight that comes with it. They pray for opportunities, recognition, and elevation, but they overlook the importance of preparation. If success arrives before character is built, success can destroy the person who receives it. That is why seasons of silence are necessary. During those moments, discipline is developed, patience is strengthened, wisdom is formed, and inner stability is created. Silence also teaches trust. It is easy to have faith when everything is moving quickly and life feels exciting. But true faith is revealed when nothing seems to change. It is revealed when prayers appear unanswered, when doors remain closed, and when progress feels invisible. In those moments, people discover whether they trust only visible results or whether they trust the process even when they cannot understand it. Some of the strongest people in the world were built in lonely seasons nobody applauded. Before they became influential publicly, they were transformed privately. Their hidden seasons shaped their mindset, their endurance, and their maturity. Pain taught them lessons that comfort never could. Delays taught them patience. Rejection taught them resilience. Isolation taught them focus. Many people quit too early because they misinterpret the quiet season. They assume nothing is happening when in reality, everything is being prepared. A person may feel stuck while heaven is actually positioning them for something greater than they imagined. What feels like delay may actually be protection. What feels like isolation may actually be training. God does not rush lasting greatness. Things built too quickly often collapse quickly. But when something is built carefully, deeply, and patiently, it becomes strong enough to survive pressure, criticism, hardship, and responsibility. That is why hidden seasons should not be despised. They are often the birthplace of future strength. So if your life feels quiet right now, do not lose hope. Do not measure your progress only by what people can see. Some of the most important growth happens internally before it becomes visible externally. Continue developing yourself. Continue learning. Continue staying faithful even when no one notices. Continue moving forward even when results seem delayed. One day, the work that was done in silence will become visible. The strength built in private will produce results in public. And people will call it sudden success, not realizing it was years of unseen preparation taking place quietly all along. Many people become frustrated with their current season because they only focus on what they are lacking instead of what they are becoming. When life feels slow, difficult, or uncertain, it is easy to believe that you are falling behind. You may look at others succeeding, moving ahead, and achieving goals while you feel stuck in the same place. But not every season is meant for arrival. Some seasons are designed for preparation. Preparation seasons are often uncomfortable because they require growth before reward. They stretch your patience, challenge your mindset, and force you to develop qualities that success will eventually demand from you. Most people want the blessing, but very few are willing to endure the process that prepares them to handle it wisely. A person may pray for leadership. Leadership requires discipline, emotional control, wisdom, and endurance. Someone may desire influence, but influence also brings pressure, criticism, and responsibility. If these inner qualities are not developed first, the very thing people prayed for could eventually destroy them. That is why preparation is necessary before promotion. The difficult moments you face today may actually be training for the future you cannot yet see. Delays can teach patience. Rejection can teach resilience. Failure can teach humility. Hardship can teach strength. Every challenge has the ability to shape something valuable inside of you if you choose to learn instead of giving up. Sometimes people think preparation means waiting passively, but true preparation is active. It is using quiet seasons to improve yourself while nobody is watching. It is developing skills, strengthening your character, controlling your emotions, and building consistency even when there is no applause. Hidden seasons are often where the strongest foundations are built. Consider how a building is constructed. The foundation is created before the structure rises high. Most people admire the visible part of success, but they never see the hidden work underneath that supports everything above it. Without a strong foundation, even a beautiful building can collapse under pressure. In the same way, your current season may be focused on strengthening the foundation of your life. Preparation also changes your perspective. In difficult seasons, people often learn what truly matters. They become wiser, more grateful, and more focused. They stop depending on temporary validation from others and begin developing inner confidence. What once seemed important may no longer matter because struggle has refined their priorities. It is important not to compare your journey with someone else's timeline. Everyone's process is different. Some people may rise quickly but lack the depth to sustain success. Others may take longer because they are being prepared for greater responsibility. Timing does not determine value. Growth takes place differently for every person. Do not waste your current season by complaining constantly about where you are. Instead, ask yourself what this season is trying to teach you. Every experience can either make you bitter or make you stronger. The choice is yours. One day you may look back and realize that the season you once hated was actually shaping the person you needed to become. The struggles were developing endurance. The delays were creating patience. The silence was building wisdom. And the preparation was positioning you for opportunities you could not have handled before. Your current season is not meaningless. It is building you for what comes next. Many people dream about success, influence, wealth, and recognition, but very few understand that character is more important than achievement. Success without character can become dangerous because it gives power to a person who is not prepared to handle it wisely. That is why true growth begins internally before it becomes visible externally. Before a person is trusted with greater opportunities, they must first develop the maturity to sustain them. Character is who you are when nobody is watching. It is the way you respond under pressure, the way you treat people who cannot benefit you, and the decisions you make when you have the option to choose what is easy instead of what is right. Success may open doors, but character determines how long you can remain in those rooms. Many people want the spotlight, but they are not prepared for the responsibility that comes with visibility. Influence increases pressure. Leadership attracts criticism. Greater opportunities require greater discipline. If a person lacks integrity, patience, humility, and emotional control, success can expose their weaknesses instead of elevating their purpose. That is why difficult seasons are often necessary. Challenges reveal what is truly inside a person. Anyone can appear strong when life is easy, but hardship tests patience, faith, and self-control. In those moments, character is either strengthened or weakened depending on how a person responds. Sometimes people become frustrated because they feel delayed while others move ahead quickly. But quick success without preparation often collapses just as quickly. A weak foundation cannot support heavy responsibility. In the same way, a person without strong character may gain success temporarily, but struggle to maintain it long term. Character is built through consistency in small things. It develops when a person continues working hard even without recognition. It grows when someone chooses honesty over shortcuts, discipline over excuses, and patience over impulsive decisions. These quiet choices may seem unimportant in the moment, but they shape the kind of person you become over time. Humility is also an important part of character. Some people allow success to fill them with pride, making them believe they no longer need growth, wisdom, or accountability. But humble people continue learning regardless of how far they have come. They understand that growth never stops and that wisdom comes from remaining teachable. Strong character also protects people during difficult moments. Success can disappear, opportunities can change, and public attention can fade, but character remains. A disciplined person can rebuild after failure. A resilient person can rise after disappointment. A trustworthy person can regain opportunities because people know they carry integrity. Many people focus too much on outward results while ignoring inner development. They want visible rewards without invisible growth. But lasting success is built from the inside out. Patience, discipline, honesty, faithfulness, emotional maturity, and resilience are qualities that create stability during both success and hardship. The truth is that your talent may open the door, but your character determines whether you can stay there. Opportunities can bring attention, but only integrity can maintain respect. This is why preparation matters more than popularity. A person who becomes strong internally will not be destroyed by external pressure. So if life feels like a process right now, do not despise it. The lessons, challenges, delays, and quiet seasons may be shaping your character before your success arrives. And when success finally comes, the person you have become will be strong enough to handle the weight of it. Many people believe growth only matters when it is visible. They think progress is only real when others can see achievements, applause, recognition, or immediate results. Because of this, they become discouraged during quiet seasons where nothing seems to be changing externally. But hidden growth is still growth. Some of the most important transformations in life happen beneath the surface long before they become visible to the world. A seed does not become a tree overnight. Before anything appears above the ground, roots are growing underneath where nobody can see them. The hidden process is what gives the tree strength to survive storms later. Without deep roots, even a large tree can collapse under pressure. In the same way, people often experience seasons where growth is taking place internally before external results appear. Many individuals become frustrated because they compare their private process to someone else's public success. They see others achieving goals, receiving attention, and moving ahead while they feel unnoticed and stuck. But comparison can blind people to the progress happening within them. Just because growth is not visible does not mean it is absent. Sometimes growth is emotional. A person who once reacted with anger may now have more patience. Someone who once doubted themselves may slowly be gaining confidence. A person who once quit easily may now be developing resilience. These changes may not receive applause from others, but they are powerful signs of transformation. Hidden growth often happens during difficult seasons. Challenges force people to mature in ways comfort never could. Pain can develop empathy. Failure can create wisdom. Delays can strengthen patience. Rejection can build emotional strength. These lessons are not always visible immediately, but they shape the kind of person someone becomes over time. The problem is that modern culture celebrates visible success more than internal development. People admire the spotlight without understanding the private process behind it. They notice achievements, but ignore the years of discipline, sacrifice, loneliness, and preparation that made those achievements possible. What appears sudden publicly was often built slowly and quietly in private. There are moments in life where it may feel like nothing is improving. You may work hard without recognition. You may pray without immediate answers. You may keep trying while seeing little visible progress. During those moments, it becomes easy to question yourself. But growth is not always measured by speed. Sometimes growth is measured by endurance, wisdom, and the ability to continue despite uncertainty. Hidden growth also requires faith. It requires believing that the process still matters even when results are delayed. A person who quits too early may never realize how close they were to breakthrough. Some of the greatest transformations happen gradually, one lesson, one challenge, and one step at a time. Just because people cannot see your progress does not mean progress is not happening. Your mindset may be changing, your discipline may be improving, your understanding may be deepening, your strength may be increasing quietly day by day. These invisible developments are preparing you for visible opportunities later. Never underestimate seasons where growth feels unnoticed. Roots grow in darkness before branches rise into the light. Preparation happens privately before success appears publicly. And many times the hidden work becomes the very thing that sustains future success. So do not become discouraged if your progress feels invisible right now. Continue learning, improving, and staying faithful to the process. Hidden growth is still growth, and one day the results of what was developed quietly will become impossible to ignore. One of the fastest ways to lose peace, confidence, and focus is by constantly comparing your journey to someone else's. Comparison has the power to make people feel behind even when they are making progress. It causes individuals to ignore their own growth because they are too busy measuring themselves against another person's timeline, success, appearance, or achievements. Every person's journey is different because every purpose is different. Some people grow quickly in one area while struggling in another. Some achieve success early but lack the maturity to sustain it. Others may take longer because they are being prepared more deeply for what lies ahead. Timing is not proof of value. Just because someone reaches a destination before you does not mean your journey is failing. Many people compare their private struggles to another person's public image. They see highlights but never see the sacrifices, disappointments, fears, and battles happening behind the scenes. Social media especially has made comparison more dangerous because people constantly display victories while hiding their painful moments. As a result, others begin feeling inadequate without knowing the full story. Comparison can create unnecessary pressure. Instead of appreciating where they are, people become obsessed with where they think they should be. They begin rushing their growth, forcing opportunities, and chasing validation simply because they feel left behind. But rushing the process can lead to poor decisions and emotional exhaustion. Growth is not meant to look identical for everyone. A tree and a flower both grow, but they develop differently and bloom in different seasons. In the same way, people mature, succeed, and discover purpose at different times. Some seasons are for planting, some are for growing, and some are for harvesting. Judging your life based on someone else's timeline only creates frustration. Comparison also steals gratitude. Instead of recognizing the blessings, lessons, and progress already present in their lives, people focus only on what they lack. They overlook how far they have come because they are distracted by what someone else has achieved. A person can have genuine progress and still feel miserable simply because they keep looking sideways instead of forward. True confidence develops when people stop seeking their value through comparison. Your worth is not determined by how quickly you succeed compared to others. Your identity should not depend on applause, attention, or competition. Lasting confidence comes from understanding that your journey has purpose, even if it looks different from everyone else's. Sometimes delays are actually protection and preparation. A person may envy someone else's success without realizing they are not yet ready for the pressure that comes with it. What looks attractive from a distance may carry responsibilities and burdens that are not visible publicly. That is why patience matters. What arrives too early can become overwhelming if a person lacks the wisdom or maturity to handle it. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. Celebrate your own progress, even if it seems small. Small improvements repeated consistently create powerful transformation over time. The goal is not to compete with everyone around you, but to continue growing into the person you were created to become. Your journey is unique. Your timing is unique. Your lessons are unique. And the process shaping your life cannot be measured by someone else's path. Stay focused on your growth. Trust the process. And remember that your value does not decrease simply because someone else is moving at a different pace. There are moments in life when it feels like everyone else is moving forward while you remain stuck in the same place. You may watch others achieve success, receive opportunities, and reach milestones you have been praying for, while your own journey feels slow and uncertain. In those moments, discouragement can begin to grow quietly inside your mind. You start questioning your progress, your purpose, and even your future. But just because your moment has not arrived yet does not mean it never will. Your time will come. Many people misunderstand timing. They believe that delay automatically means denial, but that is not always true. Sometimes life is preparing you before it promotes you. Sometimes the process is developing qualities inside you that will be necessary for the future you desire. What feels slow today may actually be protection, preparation, and positioning for something greater than you can currently understand. A farmer does not plant seeds and expect a harvest the next morning. Growth takes time. Roots must develop beneath the surface before fruit appears publicly. In the same way, your life may be in a season where invisible growth is taking place. Even if others cannot see progress, it does not mean nothing is happening. Strength is being built. Wisdom is being developed. Character is being formed. The danger is that many people quit during the process because they become impatient. They compare their beginning to someone else's middle. They allow frustration to convince them that their efforts are meaningless. But timing is different for everyone. Some people bloom early while others bloom later. A late bloom is not a failed bloom. There are people who achieve success quickly, but were not emotionally prepared to sustain it. Pressure destroyed them because their foundation was weak. On the other hand, some individuals experienced years of struggle, delay, and hidden preparation before their breakthrough finally arrived. When success eventually came, they had the maturity, discipline, and wisdom to handle it responsibly. Your current season may not look impressive, but that does not mean your future lacks purpose. Quiet seasons often produce the deepest growth. The struggles you face today may be creating the endurance you will need tomorrow. The disappointments may be teaching lessons that success alone could never teach. Every challenge can either strengthen you or discourage you, depending on how you respond to it. It is important to remain faithful during seasons where results are not immediately visible. Continue improving yourself. Continue learning. Continue working with consistency even when nobody notices. Greatness is often built privately before it is revealed publicly. The people the world celebrates usually spent years developing in silence before anyone recognized them. Do not allow temporary delays to make you believe your future is empty. Some doors open only when the right time arrives. Some opportunities require preparation before they can be sustained. Trust that your journey still has meaning, even if it feels slower than expected. One day, the season that once frustrated you may become the very testimony that inspires others. The waiting, the struggles, and the hidden growth will suddenly make sense. People may call it overnight success, but you will know it was built through years of patience, faith, discipline, and perseverance. Your time will come, and when it does, the process you once questioned will reveal why every season mattered. So don't give up because the process feels slow. Don't walk away because nobody sees your progress yet. A seed buried in the ground looks hidden before it becomes powerful. And in the same way, your silent season is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your preparation. Stay faithful, stay disciplined, and stay patient. Because one day, the same people who overlooked you will witness what God was building quietly all along. Your time is coming.